Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to be going over some of my school stuff. As I mentioned in a previous video, I am going to WGU, which is an all online school. I actually was going to a local community college here to get my AA, and now I'm continuing with my bachelor's in business. So for those of you who don't know, WGU is an all-online school, so you go at your own pace instead of other university or colleges where you have a quarter and you have so many classes to take. WGU is a term of 6 months where you have one class at a time. So you start and finish a class and then move on to the next. So you have to take at least 4 courses a term, and if you get done sooner, you can move on to more to shorten up your time to graduation. So for me, in my degree plan, it's supposed to take me 3 years to get to my bachelor's in business. I want to speed that up, so instead of each class, they usually average each course to take about a month long. I've been trying to shorten it to each course taking me about 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Some of the easier classes hopefully taking me 2 weeks, and some of the little bit longer ones taking me 3 weeks, so I can speed up this process and get graduated done a little bit earlier. But I really wanted to talk about some of like the admission process for WGU in the first term. I am still in my first term, so I have only taken, I am on my second course right now, so I have taken 1 full class and the final. So I kind of want to talk about that and getting into it and how that whole process went. And I have my notes over here too, so I will be looking at these. I did start enrolling, I believe it was the end of July or early August. So it has been kind of a while, so I was kind of trying to track back to what the actual admission process was, because it has been quite a while. So for the first going into it, if you want to go to WGU, you have to do your application. So your application, it is $65. Usually they have a code on there or something where like a couple weeks or something it'll be free. So I did the free code, so didn't end up costing me anything. I got a call, I don't know how long it took, probably just a couple days, for like a phone interview that you will have with your like enrollment counselor that they give you, and you have like a phone interview with them to really see, you know, why you want to go to WGU, if you would be good for it, all of that kind of stuff. And then if they think you're good from there, you will move on to sending over your transcripts if you've gone to a different college, which I went to a community college here to really see, because I originally thought about going to WGU, but I didn't know how the all online process would be. So I wanted to try a couple classes on campus and online first to see if that was actually something I could do. And I actually did so much better with the online courses rather than having to go to school, just because I felt like I could focus more and I could do it when I was actually focusing, and I didn't have to wake up at a certain time, or it just worked so much better for me. So where was I? So after the transcript, after the, you know, they say, you know, that okay, those are good, then you'll actually do the WGU readiness test. So there will be like a readiness assessment to see, pretty much to see if you have like the dedication and motivation to be able to do it on your own. The next one is a math test. That just kind of sees where you are at math, a reading one to see where you are in reading, and a writing one too, where they will give you a prompt and you have to write just like a standard essay on it. And those were pretty easy. I didn't end up hearing anything back. I talked to my admissions counselor like a week after I took all the tests, and he said if you don't hear anything back, that's actually better. That means that you did pass them all, rather than if somebody called you. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But after that, I did my FAFSA paperwork, so that is to figure out if you get financial aid and how much you get and all that stuff. That process was kind of a joke. It took forever. I submitted it the first time, and then they said they denied it, said I had to sign a bunch of the papers, which they never originally told me I had to, so I had to go back and sign them, take a picture of it on my phone, and then send them back to them. So they approved that. That was at the end of October. They didn't get back to me till the end of October about that, and I was supposed to start November 1st. So we're really to the end there. And they called me and said that they didn't know if I was going to be able to start on the 1st because they were still working on my paperwork, and because of how busy they were. So I was kind of frustrated about that because I originally sent it in on like the 13th of October, my original FAFSA paperwork, and so they didn't send it back to me saying that I needed to fix it until, I don't know, I think it was like the 25th or something. So that was kind of frustrating because I was like, I've been trying to get these done, you know, I've worked hard on getting these done, and then to be able to be like, oh well, you might not actually be able to start on your start date, because I originally wanted to start October 1st, and then with all the other paperwork and tests I had to do, it ended up pushing it back to November 1st. So now that they're telling me now it might not be able to be November 1st, it might be back to December 1st. So I was kind of getting frustrated about that, so they left me that message. And then like a day after, then they called me and said that they got all my paperwork done and that I was ready to start. So I don't know, but it ended up working out. So I did start at WGU on November 1st. Once you're in as well, you have to do an orientation. So it's pretty much like a little, I don't even know what you call it. It's a little course that they put together that shows you how to work through the computer system and how the assessments work and all that stuff that goes into it. During the orientation too, they do have you take more tests. Like there's another math test, there's another essay, there's another reading one, pretty much just like the other ones. To be able to get into WGU, they have you do another one too, which those took me a few hours. It says that the whole orientation should take 2 to 4 hours, but just my essay paperwork, because I wanted to make sure that I did good and I actually took my time for it, just that part took me about an hour. So it took me probably, I think it was like 5 or 6 hours. It was definitely more than they said it would. So that was kind of a long process. Once you get through that, you are set up with your mentor. So they're the person that follows you through the start until your graduation. So they are with you that whole time. So if you have any struggles or anything you need help with or questions or anything, they're the ones that you go to. So when you very first get signed up and you are good to go to start at your start date, you will meet with your course mentor, and they will go over kind of your graduation plan and how early you want to get this done, if you want to speed up your course or if you want to extend it. You have to take at least 4 courses within a term, which is the 6 months. So that is the one thing you have to kind of follow, so you can't go past that. But I wanted to speed mine up, so they said each class should take about a month. I am trying to do it within 2 to 3 weeks, kind of depending on the course. The easier courses I've been trying to do in 2 weeks, and the harder ones trying to do in 3. So and then they will set you up with kind of what courses you should go through, and based on your degree plan, kind of what they think you should do. And that's pretty easy. You have to download Adobe Connect as well, because that you will share like your computer sharing with your mentor, so they can like show you things on your computer and work it, which is kind of cool. So my first class that I took was Intro to Sociology. So that's the one that I actually just finished. That's my first class that I had. it was a newer class that they just started. When looking into it too, a lot of people said that that was one of the harder classes that they had in their program. And so when I talked to my mentor and my course mentor, which the course mentors, your mentor will set you up with them. So if you have any questions about the course specifically, you can go to them about it. The first thing that they really told me, and that I saw when I looked up and when I talked to my mentor about sociology, was that it was a lot of reading, but sociology is kind of, you know, the fun one that they try to get you to go with, because it's more fun reading first to kind of just show you what it's going to be like. So it was a lot of reading, a lot of like vocab. I made flashcards. I went to Quizlet, which is a really good website for anybody that's doing any online classes that are, they make flashcards and you do little games to help memorization. And it's awesome. It totally helps. That's one thing that definitely saved me. And a lot of people have like flashcards and little quiz sets and stuff that they already made on the website for the course. So if you type in for my situation, it was WGU Intro to Sociology, and there was so many different study sets that other people had come up with, that I would just use theirs, and it would help me so much. Once you think that you know everything and you feel pretty comfortable with the information and all the chapters and everything, then you'll take the pre-assessment, which is called the PA. So that you have to pass to be able to go to the OA, which is the objective assessment. That is like the final. So you take the PA. It's pretty much just like the objective assessment. A lot of people said that for the Intro to Sociology, which is C273, they said that the OA was a lot harder than the PA. I studied all of those and all the other sets on there and the study guide that the WGU gives you, and I went through all the chapters. I mean, I did everything that WGU specifically sets up for you. They have like a whole pacing guide, study guide, all of those for you. And then I retook the PA, and I think I only missed like 2 of them, so I kind of looked over ones that I wasn't as familiar with, and then the next day I scheduled to take the OA. So that's the one that is proctored. So you get, once you are into WGU, they accept you, you're ready to start, they will send you your success kit, which has your webcam, it has a dry erase board and a marker, a cute little mug, a bunch of stuff that they give you to be successful. And so you have to set up your webcam, and it shows you how to set it up, all of it, and what it should look like when you're filming and all of that. The only thing that was kind of frustrating is when I went to sit down to take my first proctored exam for the OA, because I have 2 cats and they're always running around and whatnot, so I had to be in a quiet room where I didn't have my phone, I didn't have anybody, I didn't have my cats, I didn't have nothing. It was all quiet, so I had to lock myself into my room. And when I very first went through it, and was face to face with the proctor, he kept telling me that my Wi-Fi connection, my internet connection, was not strong enough, and that if I tried to take the test and my Wi-Fi internet stopped right in the middle of it, that I would fail the test. So I was kind of frustrated with that. He kept trying to have me do speed tests on my computer, and he kept saying that it looked like it was okay, but then it would drop it. And the test would come out that the numbers were okay, but yet it was still freezing, and he couldn't see me, so he didn't know if I was cheating or not, that kind of stuff. So that was super frustrated. I ended up just having to reschedule it. I couldn't take it. I was super upset, and so that was really frustrating. That was the one thing that was a bad start for my first test to take. So what I ended up having to do, I rescheduled it for the following week, which was kind of nice because I actually got more time to study, and I actually got closer to my internet connection because I was locked in my room, so I was a little bit farther away from the Wi-Fi itself, so I literally had to be like on top of the Wi-Fi for the speeds to be fast enough, even though we have like really good internet. But so I locked my cats in my room, and my boyfriend would watch them while I took my test in the living room next to our internet connection, so it was faster and everything worked awesome. My next test was great. I had a different proctor this time, and he showed me how everything worked. And you have to do a 360 tour, so you literally have to show them everything that's in your room so they know you don't have your phone out, or you don't have notes out, or there's nobody trying to help you, or you literally can't have anything out. Like, they'll ask you, like, I had my TV next to me and they're like, is your TV off? And they're like, we had like our Xbox, and they're like, is that a printer? And so they're they go very deep into it, so they want to make sure that you're not cheating or anything, which I understand. So I think that was the only thing that was kind of frustrating for the start of it, but I took that, and then once you're done taking the test, they'll tell you, you know, just let me know when you're done taking the test. So I finished, I let him know, and he said, okay, you can close out of everything, like, good luck. So I didn't know when I was going to hear back. It said that I would hear back from my mentor, and so I didn't know when that was going to be. I took my test on a Sunday, so I didn't know, well, maybe it was going to be the next day that I'd hear from her then. I didn't know. So I ended up closing out of it. I got a notification like maybe 10-15 minutes later that said, congratulations, you passed the Intro to Sociology C247 exam. And oh my gosh, I was thrilled. After I took the test, I felt pretty confident. There was about a few of them that I was like, I don't remember being in any of the chapters. Like, I don't know why they put that in there. I feel like they're kind of just try to like throw you off a little bit, but even with those ones, I still passed. It'll show you kind of like the they'll give you like a bar chart where like the competency levels are, and then like where you were and all of that. So it breaks down that for you and gives you the different, you know, categories that you felt like you were lower on than the others. So that was really nice to help and look back. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I could think of. I'm on my second course now. So my course now is intermediate algebra, so it is a C463. So, and it's going by so good so far. I am a little over a week into it right now. There's a bunch of different lessons that it gives you, and I think there's 32 lessons, and I think I've done 10 or 11 now. So hopefully I could get through the next of them this week, and then take my PA, and then study for a couple more days, and then take my OA. So I'm trying to break that down to right over 2 weeks to speed up that program. So I have to at least get done with 4 classes a term, but I really want to get done with, I'm hoping 6 or 7 would be great to speed that up a little bit, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. Well guys, I think that's everything I really wanted to be talking about for the WGU admission process and my first term. I hope this helps you guys if you are planning on going to WGU, or you're in WGU right now and are going through your first term, or plan on taking it, whatever. I hope it helps, and I want to make a whole series on my WGU experience and each class and how it's going and all of that up until graduation. So that's really what I've been focusing on lately. So I've kind of been distant from YouTube, but know that I am working towards school, getting it done, and I will make videos about this and other stuff too. So please subscribe to my channel as always, and I will see you guys next week.